Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. I have Hana Worede with Bilquis on the show with me today. Hana, I probably mispronounced it, didn't I?
Yes, but it's okay.
Well, tell them how you really say it.
Bilquis.
Bilquis. All right. Hana, I've tasted this. It's amazing. And I want you to give the origin, how you got into this, and what you're doing with the company now. Okay?
Thank you. So this is called Bilquis. It's an Ethiopian honey wine, and it's made with honey, hops, and water. So that's the taste profile of the wine, I would say. But as far as the story, it's known as the oldest alcoholic beverage known to man, and it's the actual wine that the Queen of Sheba took with her to see King Solomon. So there are two things that make this wine so special, because there's just so many products out there, whether they're alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic beverages. With this wine, what makes it unique is that it has an actual story behind it. So the Queen of Sheba went on this long trek to see King Solomon of Israel, and they fell in love and had a child together, who was the first king of Ethiopia. So you can find the story in the Old Testament. The Songs of Solomon were sang about her after they had met. So it also has a religious background to it as well. But as far as the taste profile, it has honey, hops, and water, and it pairs well with spicy food, so Mexican, Indian, Thai. It also makes a really good cocktail.
Okay. And now, with your company, what are you doing with the company? How are you planning on growing it? What are some of the attributes that people can look to with the company? Because there may be people that want to either invest with you or buy it or something of that nature. I mean, you're a business person and you're developing your business. I want to know more about it.
I do not have a business background. By trade, I'm a dentist, so this was kind of a passion project. I learned everything as I went, made a lot of mistakes along the way, but you learn as you go. So as far as where it's at now, just to back up a little bit, I worked with a winery in West Texas, and they're the ones who fabricated the wine. So even though it's an Ethiopian wine, it's considered a Texas product because it was made on U.S. soil. I procured all the bottling materials. I taught them how to make the wine just right. So as far as on the front end, everything has been done to perfection, in my opinion. We did everything we could, my business partner and I. We worked with a really good marketing team in Dallas, and they're the ones who created this beautiful bottle design. And then I found a distributor in Texas and by Houston, and they're the ones who have introduced my product to the market. So now I'm all over the state of Texas, and I'm also available in 40 states across the U.S.
Brilliant. From a dream to a reality.
Right.
Okay, you faced some hurdles because you're working in your day job as a dentist,
right,
and then building this passion project up to where it is now. Now it's all over the country.
Right.
Tell me, what were some of the challenges that you were able to overcome, and how because there's other entrepreneurs that are going to get inspired by your story, and some of the way that what you did to overcome some of the challenges, and what were the challenges?
So one in particular was I was biased, or I am still biased. I think this is a stellar product. I think it's the best out there. But I assumed by creating a beautiful packaging, beautiful story, beautiful wine, that was the recipe for success. That's all you need to do. I didn't know that once we created this product, my partner and I, that was just the beginning of several more challenges, meaning introducing the product to the market. I didn't realize how hard that was and what obstacles I had to struggle with, meaning, or for example, a lot of distributors didn't take me right off the bat. They liked the fact that it was a new product and it was different, but they didn't like the fact that no one knew about it, because what guarantee do they have that it's going to sell? Mm-hmm. So it's like when you get a new job, when you're fresh out of school and they want to look at your resume, but you don't have one. But you tell them, hey, I worked really hard in school. I did everything I need. So it's almost like
chicken egg.
Exactly.
Got it.
So I had to convince a distributor to take me in, and the only reason they took me is because I got picked up by Specs. And Specs took a huge gamble on me, and I went from initially having 7 stores to now triple the locations with plans to put me all over the state of Texas. But it was just hard work. There's really no secret to it.
You just stayed, I should say, attached to your dream, and you kept your determination moving forward.
Right, correct.
Okay. Being an entrepreneur, were you ever engaged by people that were biased towards a male doing business with them versus female? Did you have any pushback by being a woman in the liquor business, in the liquor industry? Was there any of that going on?
A lot of it, because it's male dominated in general, but specifically the alcohol industry it is, and it's almost like high school. I learned that lesson. It's all about who likes who has a really good relationship. Like networking is key. With my background in dentistry, it's really networking helps, but it's not so much networking that gets you the job. It's your license. So I had to learn to make connections with people, first on a business level, and then also personal, almost personal, really, because they want to like you. If they like you, then they're going to like your product. So just be yourself.
Was that a natural thing for you, or was it something that you really had to pull from within to make yourself more gregarious, more outgoing to meet with people?
Absolutely. I'm an introvert. So dentistry works for me because I don't really talk to the patient. They have their mouth open, and I do what I need to do and get the work done. You have to engage. You cannot be an introvert. You have to be confident, and you first and foremost, you have to believe in yourself because no one else will.
Right. Now, with this company, when you started it, did you have some type of end game in mind of where you wanted to end up with when you started it, when you were teaching the distillery how to make the wine?
The end game from my partner and I was to create this beautiful product, and we know that we don't have the capital or the skill set to sell the wine. Where she has her MBA, she's an HR consultant, and I'm a dentist. So we thought if we created something beautiful and did our due diligence, then hopefully we could pass the baton to someone else, a larger entity that can provide the capital and the resources.
So you knew at some point in the growth of your company, you're going to need to have a strategic partner to help take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Doing it by myself is not feasible because we see the product going global. Just by ourselves, we got it all over the state of Texas. I have no concerns and no doubt that it can grow even more than that.
Okay. Growth in a scalable fashion. Do you have any aspirations for growing the company that maybe there would be demand for it in Africa, because that's where Ethiopia is, and in Asia? Tell me about those thoughts that may have crossed your mind.
I've tried tapping into the Asian market because for my research, they love U.S. products. Mm-hmm. So I've started communications with them. Africa, I've started communications with South Africa, mm-hmm. actually, and I've made some movement. It's something I'd like to definitely do in the future.
Okay, all right. Is there any other words of wisdom you might have for young entrepreneurs coming up who can take an example of what you've done and follow in your footsteps to be able to take an idea, get it to the point where it's actually a manifestation of a physical event and a device that can lead them on the path to fulfillment like you've done with yourself?
Thank you. I would say never let fear get in the way. There's always going to be doubt and fear, and that's okay. That's normal. That's just part of the process. If you can find something that you have a passion and that you believe in, nothing will get in its way.
Thanks for being a guest, Hana.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.